ABC. This time, we're going to talk about a very important continent in a very important time, which is Africa during the 19th century. Yesterday, I made several interviews with specialized historians. Let's watch it now. Good afternoon. My name is Andrea, and today we're going to talk with some historians that are specialized in Africa during the 19th century. So right now we're going to talk about with Majo, and she's going to talk about us the politics and government at the 19th century in Africa. So Majo, how was the politics and government in the 19th century in Africa?
Well, the European imperialist government during the 19th century was the cause of African political responses and military resistance. During and after the Berlin Conference, many European countries signed the treaties of protection with the leaders of many African regions, states, empires and kingdoms. In the 19th century, there were several changes in the political geography in the African continent. The old empires and kingdoms were transformed into new entities of the European countries.
Thank you for your information.
You're welcome.
Right now, we're going to talk about the major problem during the 19th century in Africa. So, Natalia Itzi, in your opinion, which was the main problem?
Well, we think that by 1914, Africa was dominated by the European imperialism between the 1870s and the 19th. Africa faced the European aggression and eventual conquest and colonization. African societies put up various forms of resistance against the attempt to colonize their countries and impose foreign domination. By the early 20th century, much of Africa, except Ethiopia and Liberia, had been colonized by the European powers. By the 1850s, the Europeans had a keen recent interest in the raw materials of Africa and in West Africa, that included peanuts, timber, hides, and palm oil.
Also, the Berlin Conference from 1884 to 1885. The powers of the European continent were Belgium, Britain, France, Germany, Italy, Portugal, and also Spain. They wanted to divide Africa during the new imperialism period and coincided with Germany's sudden emergence of power. It was called for Portugal and organized by Otto von Bismarck. Some of the possessions were Belgium had Congo, Britain had Egypt, Uganda, British East Africa, Union of the South, Africa, Nigeria, Gold Coast, and Sierra Leone. France had the French West Africa, Algeria, French Equatorial Africa, Madagascar, Morocco, Tunisia, and Namibia. Italy had Libya, Italian Somaliland, and Eritrea. Portugal had Angola, Mozambique, Portuguese Guinea. Germany had Togo, Cameroon, German East Africa, German Southwest Africa. And Spain had Spanish Morocco, Rio de Oro, Rio Muni.
So, thank you for your information.
It was a pleasure.
Right now, we're going to talk about with Mariana, that is an specialist in the traditions of Africa. So, Mariana, which were the main traditions in Africa at the 19th century?
Well, there is no specific information about this century and their traditions and art, but African art was assessed as primitive, inferior compared to high guards of the European country. African political organizations were regarded as mere tribal associations, and African medicine men were witch doctors. So the religion in Africa was Islam and Christianity.
Thank you, Mariana, for this interesting information.
You're welcome.
So right now we're going to talk about with Miranda, that is an specialist of economy. Miranda, how was the economy?
Africa's economy was declining, and it's not until the European influence that this changed. The African economy grew into a more civilized trade due to European influence. Prior to imperialism, Africa was most popular for the slave trade and was looked as a source for labor plantations. And during the European imperialism, Africa's economies were really affected. Although years back Europeans didn't conquer Africa, now everything was different because technology as the principal economy was based on slavery, trade, and in demand of natural resources. In fact, in 1935, the total trade of British territories formed 85% of the total trade of Africa. In 1907, it was 84%, and for years it has never fallen below the 80%.
Thank you, Miranda. As we can see, Africa is a continent with a lot of changes during the years. But nowadays, it's kind of free from the European invasions, and it was able to recover its culture. So, thank you for watching. See you next time.
Otra vez repite eso. Smoothie.
A ver, otra vez.
5, 6, 7.
Smoothie.
Continuemos.
So, thank you for your information.
You're welcome.
Right now, we're going to talk about the major problem.
Africa was dominated by the European imperialism between the 80s.
The Berlin Conference, from 1884 to 1885. Tierra León. Es que los leo. Espérate, otra.
Well, there is no
Ya, perdóname.
Thank you.
No.